The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
We got another day in the market. All major indices are higher. Dow Jones up 60 points currently. Nasdaq positive by 10. S&P's positive by 1.4. Morning, Tom.
What's happening, Tommy?
Not much, man. How are you?
It's all green.
I know. We had a short-lived red market to start things off last week, and back to green trading. And it looked like we might even open a little bit lower this morning, right? But since early in the morning hours,
yes.
2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, the markets have just been marching higher pretty steadily.
They have. And, of course, we get Thanksgiving week, folks, okay, which closed Thanksgiving. You get a half a day until 1 o'clock on Friday, and that can be a wild day. I mean, you can push that market no matter wherever you want. In this particular case, we've been pushing higher. So this is going to be a wild week, and it's a dangerous week if you're basically selling into the market.
Sure.
So
I mean, we'll see what kind of action we have Wednesday, right? Just in terms of who should jump and ship a little bit early for the Thanksgiving holiday, and then what can happen Friday with that's one of the only days that the market's actually open, and we're actually closed just because it's such a slow day, half a day open, and I'm sure like many other people in the market, they might not be there, so only a few players left, and maybe they'll try and push it one way or the other.
Yeah, you only need a few large players. Just hit those futures, and away you go.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the leaders versus the laggards inside the Dow Industrials. Point-wise out here, what we have, let's see what we got. You got Home Depot. Look at that. Home Depot's putting 16 positive points. IBM 16, 3M 14, Boeing 9. Taken away from it. Walmart's taken away 8. Merck's taken away 7. Walmart 2, which that's nothing in the case of where we are, no doubt about that. We look at the NDX 100. Leader out here is Micron Tech. That's up 2.3%. You got AMAT up 2.3. Taken away from it, NetEase is down 4.5. Shire is off 3.7. Vertex is off 2.3. So bottom line is that, you got basically a flat market out here. Notes and bonds. Now, notes and bonds, this is just pretty wild how this just continues to build cause. It looks to me like we're building cause for higher price. And we've been in the same place now for 4 days on the 10-year. But each time that it comes up into, we got to, on the 14th, which would have been last Wednesday, we got to 125.07. You did 1.7 million contracts. That hasn't been tested yet, so that wants to get tested. And that's looking like, hey, guess what? I mean, these rates are going to stay low, and it's hard to comprehend, like, why. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because, what I'd love you, folks, as you're shopping, this holiday season, right? I'd love you to just take a look at the structure inside these stores, and you're going to get to really feel how hard it is to get help right now. We were shopping over the weekend, Tommy.
Yes.
And I could see that we're really at full employment.
Okay.
Because whether we were in Lowe's, I was in Home Depot, I was in Target. Now I could see that Target didn't look like they were having a hard time hiring people. Okay, Target was there, right? Lowe's and Home Depot, oh my God, they could use so many more people. And in both cases, they weren't there. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
And it was like, man, these people are having a hard time getting people in. That's what it looks like.
Sure. Yeah. And maybe that factors a little bit with the Lowe's, Home Depot. It seemed like that would be a little bit more of a skilled worker versus, and I know it's not necessarily a skilled worker, but, there's more questions that come in those types. And we all know just because we've been in those stores and we have questions as to what you're doing or where you're finding or what you necessarily need to fix whatever you're fixing or upgrading. It's not as simple as a Target or Walmart employee where you just need to know what is where in the store. You kind of should have a little bit of understanding of the.
It's so funny you're saying that. That's exactly what happened. What happened is this: is that I was asking someone, you know what I mean? Hey, do you have any more of these?
Yes.
And it was whatever you see, you get. And I could tell by that, that they didn't even understand what was there.
Yeah.
Know? And then it happened in both stores. I says, wow.
Yeah.
And so it's the skill set, no doubt.
Yeah.
Hey, Bitcoin.
Yes.
82.10.
New territory every day, man. Quite a volatile ride in terms of last week losing billions of dollars in market cap, tens of billions of dollars in market cap for the price it had, and then spiking above new highs today.
So picture this. You're talking a week ago. A week ago today, it was at $5,605. A week ago today. And then it closed that day at 65. Well, it didn't close because it hardly ever closes. But it went 56.05 was the low, 68 was the high, and here we are at 8200, 8206.
Yep.
Intense. Let's go to Lou in Nashville. Hey, Lou, what's going on?
How you doing?
Doing great,
Morning,
man.
Lou.
Yourself?
Getting cold.
Oh, getting cold. Yeah, Thanksgiving. Well, hopefully it will be a little bit warmer for all those Thanksgiving games. I've froze plenty of times up there, and it's great if it's just like 50 degrees, right? Gets down to 30, you're in trouble. Yeah.
Right.
What are we going to look at today?
I've got a medical marijuana stock here.
Okay. Which is some
ACBFF.
Okay, so let's see. Aurora Cannabis. They operate medical marijuana industry. The company, through its subsidiary, is a licensed producer of medical marijuana and an active participant in the market. Okay, so they're from Vancouver. I'm just curious. Yeah, look at this. Oh my God. Look at this growth. Oh my God. This is sick. So the first year, 2016, they took in 1.4 million. 2017, 18 million. You know what they expect this year? 64.
And say this year, 2018, right?
2018.
But and look at the fourth quarter. It's all. I mean, I wonder what 2019 is going to look like because they're going to take in 34 million in just the final quarter of 2018.
Wow. Okay, so you can see what happened. The stock was $2.22 in October. You're $4.53. Hey, Lou, this is a good setup. What I would do is this. So you broke topside. You have volume up at the high at 545. You pull back. I mean, it'd be great if you could get this like at 320. And I expect, that would be, you pull back. You get lighter volume there. Let me pull this back. Man, that is amazing. It's a big ABC up. Hold it 1 second. Let me see something else. You got 31 cents as a.
So keep going there. I'm just I just decided to Google them in the same, and they have some other stuff going on here, Lou. Just to take, they're going to take a $456 million offer to shareholders this week. It looks like to try and overtake CanAmed, which is another company.
They're a monster. Yeah, right. Stay right there. Stay right there. Tommy and I are coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Right back, folks.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Tom and Tommy O'Brien. And we are talking to our man Lou from Nashua, and we're talking cannabis stocks. So go for it, Tom. I see you have an article up here. Yeah.
Oh, we got to get into this, man. This is crazy.
Yeah.
So these stocks, folks, they're not only, you know, we've been looking at them for a while, but now they're making money, man. Well, they're grossing. The gross is huge. So what's going on here, Lou, right, is that this Aurora is looking to take over
Canamed.
Yeah. So Canamed is doing like they plan on doing 38 million in 2018. Last year they did 17 million. And inside of that, Canamed is so watch this. Canamed, here, we'll do this. Okay. So Aurora plans to take its 582 million offer, that's Canadian, to Canamed Therapeutics directly to shareholders after management of the rival Canadian marijuana grower rejected merger talks. The process of offering investors Aurora stock worth $24 Canadian will begin this week. Vancouver-based Aurora said Monday. The bid is 57% higher than Canamed's closing price as of November 14th. The move to go hostile sets up a three-way takeover battle in Canada's marijuana sector, which is witnessing surging stock prices and investor interest ahead of legalization next year. Aurora, along with Alpha and Canopy Growth, have emerged as the three leading players, each with market capitalizations of more than $1 billion, even though none of them have positive cash flow. Shares of Aurora, which has an annual revenue less than $20 million, has gained 80% this year. So, I mean, to cut to the chase on the stock you're calling about, I would still wait for a pullback because these are going to be volatile, but you can see, looking at them too, fundamentally, these companies are going to make a lot of money, man.
So read that last article, just to the size. So Aurora said its Canamed will, its offer for Canamed would create a company with more than 40,000 registered cannabis patients in Canada. The funded capacity to produce more than 286,000 pounds of marijuana annually and expand international. And it would make sense they don't have a positive cash flow because that's such an exploding industry that you don't need to be making money right now. You want to be grabbing market share and growing for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Look at that, 286,000 pounds. Wow. That's intense.
That is.
In Canada, here, I got to Google.
So, yeah, it's going to become legal. That's what, So here's in September, Ontario became the first Canadian province to announce how it will regulate and distribute sales of marijuana after the legalization of recreational sales, which is due to happen in July. So, So it's coming in July. Ontario was the first province to just kind of announce it. And, that doesn't mean that I don't know what, we've seen it in the U.S. where legalization happens, but then the actual implementation can take a year, 2 years, 3 years, depending on how politicians push that forward.
And this is all of Canada. That's what the difference is, right?
Yes, yeah. And that's what I was just saying. Ontario was the first province to talk about it, and it'll be interesting to see, and I'm just unaware. But is that a hard date? I don't assume it would be. That would be a date where then the provinces need to decide themselves what date regulation begins, what date they're allowed to begin operating, just to make sure those regulations are in place.
I just Googled the population of Canada. This is going to be insane if it ever becomes legal in the United States. The population of Canada is 36.2 million as of 2016.
Yeah, there's a lot of very cold areas in Canada that aren't populated as much as the U.S., right? I mean, it's very spread out at times, for sure, yeah.
And, you're onto something, Lou, because what's also going on is that you had Constellation Brands get into the business. They're the first liquor company that get into the business. These liquor companies are going to get into this business, because the bottom line, they're in the recreational business anyway.
They're already in the drug business. Alcohol's a drug, man. You're there for sure. Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
Pretty wild, man. That growth is wild, man. It's just
no matter what company, if you're in an exploding growth industry like that, the tide is gonna lift you up, no matter what over time. So that's just a good thing to have on your side.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Do you
Cooking,
think I
brother.
should nibble on it? Think I should nibble on it now?
No, I would wait for that pullback. The reason being, because what's going to happen here is this. This is going to be a battle, and I would do it just like any other technical deal. Do you know what I mean? You got the surge forward, just have patience, wait for it to come back, and what will happen, it won't be easy buying it on the way back, because when these pullbacks come in, particularly something like this, that it went up 100% in 10 days, right? So when it comes back, it'll be vicious too. But it's something like this. I'd take a shot at it. I'm gonna get a bunch of marijuana stocks and start looking at them, because now some of these they're making money now. They're taking in money.
And I would just say we're right on the cusp of not only in Canada, but also in the U.S. with, many more states. And I'm sure in 2018 there's going to be more states that have it on the ballot and so forth.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the people that are already experienced in it. They're not going to let someone walk off the street, man, and, start selling pot. I don't think they are anyway.
I would say that's a good guess.
Yeah, right.
Right.
That's
okay,
wild.
that sounds pretty good.
Okay, man. You have a great one, a safe one.
Thanks, Lou.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah,
Tommy,
that'll be wild.
It is. And, folks, Tommy and I, last time, I'd say, we saw all these cannabis stocks at like a Traders Expo like 5 or 6 years ago. Remember?
No, it wasn't even just so. It was like a year or two ago. Remember? There happened to be a huge. At the same time as the Traders Expo, it might have even been last year, 2 years ago, there was another epic conference going on at the same time, and every single person we ran into was there for that conference.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And they were all active investors in terms of, it wasn't potheads, to put it lightly. It was people with big money that were investors that were looking to capitalize for sure.
Yeah. So if we I want to bring up Canopy, because I believe this might be the largest one. Let's see if I can get this. All right.
TWMJF, maybe?
I got it right here. No, in Canada, I brought it up. So it's weed. The symbol's weed.
There you go.
Medical marijuana. Let's see what they're making. Okay, so yeah, they're all still pretty small. 2016, they took in 12.7 million. 2017, 39.9. 2018, 86.
Small is always relative, right? They're about to have $100 million in revenue. That's not bad.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
No, I would love it.
Right. No, exactly.
I love it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So these charts are shaping up too, man. That's cool. Okay, we're really getting a chart now, and you're getting volume. So watch this chart, folks. This is crazy. In November of 2016, you go up to $17.94 with volume. You wait 5 months later, you go back to $6.58 with dramatically lighter volume. We're talking about 51 million versus going into the breakout of 248 million. Then it takes off again. Pretty amazing.
It is. And this is one of those areas, if you pick the right company, I would say, and choosing one of the 3 players in the industry, if that's how it shakes out, like that article was saying,
right.
And as long as you're not pressured to sell it, I think you'd be okay in the long run. Just
no,
in
I
terms
agree.
of
And the thing is not to get greedy. Pick the big companies.
Right, exactly. That's
so you're not going after this gigantic.
I agree.
Yeah,
definitely.
Right. Stay right there. Tommy and I come right back. Dow's up 76, Nasdaq's up 1, S&P's up 3.5.
It's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Tom and Tommy O'Brien. Dow Jones up 70 currently. NASDAQ up about 2, and S&P's positive by 2 as well. And we have another caller on the line. Let's go to Pat in Dennis, Massachusetts. Pat, good morning.
Hey, Pat,
Good
how you
morning.
doing?
Good morning, Tom and Tommy. Got a couple of stocks, if you're going to look at marijuana stocks, that you might want to investigate. One of them reportedly is profitable. It's APHQF. That's Aurora.
Okay, so Aurora, they produce, supply medical marijuana. The company offers cannabis oil with dried marijuana. Okay, so let's see. The low for the year is $3. The high is $7.52.
So, I'm sorry, it's Afria, not Aurora.
Oh,
right?
is it Afria?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
We
I'm
had just
sorry, I
looked at
the
Aurora.
wrong
That's
thing.
all.
You looked at Aurora.
Yes.
It's Afria. You're right.
Man, look at this. You're not kidding. Holy cow, Pat. So, 2016, they take in $8 million. 2017, $20 million. 2018, $44 million. And by the last quarter of 2018, they're thinking of taking in $22 million a quarter.
And just to bring in, they kept saying June, I believe, is the date that the legalization occurs.
Right.
Now, I don't know where all those revenues are coming in before that. Maybe that's the medical versus recreational revenue, and that's probably why the fourth quarter of these stocks, second quarter, June, it becomes legal. 2-3 months, it's all in place, and then boom, things start happening.
This is
Okay,
intense.
another interesting one is ABCCF.
Yes,
They
and that
grow pot without pesticides, which, of course, is perfect for something you want to turn into a medicine.
okay.
So how long you been into these, Pat? How'd you...
I've been following them for several months now.
Okay, cool. So let's see this one.
Abcan Global.
Yeah. And this one here. Okay, so this one here has no revenue, though. Okay, that's
No.
a big difference.
No.
Yeah.
They're setting up and trying to ramp up production.
Okay, so this is where, folks, when you start going through these, you really want to wrap your head around it, because what happens is that instead of just buying a story, do you know what I'm saying? It
Right.
seems that a lot of these are still really small stocks that are that do have revenue, and that's where I would go. I wouldn't be because I'm actually looking, if you're watching Tiger TV, I'm looking at, the corporate info, and there is none. The management, there is none. And that's doesn't mean it's a pump and dump, but that happens a lot when these aren't in there. Do you know what I'm saying? So this one public in 2007. Okay, so watch this too. This is they took this stock, I can tell by looking at it, that the probability is that this was a different stock, right? See that 2007? And it's an OTC stock, so they were doing one thing. It's a shelf life. Instead of trying to go public, you just buy the shell, you turn around and you say you're a pot stock now. Do you know what I'm saying? So.
Yep.
Bottom line, though, that first one is where it's at. That's pretty
well.
wild.
The other one you probably follow is ABBV, which already has a medical pot product out.
Right, now this is the one.
That's
Yeah,
been
look
approved.
at this. That's right. And this guy here, I believe we saw at the show a couple years ago. This is I believe they sell it in the pill form, right?
I believe so, yeah.
I think so. Yeah, they researched.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Company produces pharmaceutical drugs with therapeutic.
Okay. I don't see
Yeah.
anything about there in marijuana. I just want to make sure that.
Okay, right. Maybe this is something different. Yeah. This looks like multiple sclerosis.
That's what I read, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, they could be waiting their way, but just so I'm not sure we're looking at the right company. That's a $150 billion biopharma company or something.
Mm-hmm.
Wild.
Yeah.
But I'm following quite a few, just to see who's going to come out on top and who the winners are going to be. Because, of course, in this early stage, there'll be a lot of losers and a few winners.
Right. No, that's a great way to
there's no
put
doubt.
it. And so on the second one, Pat, you were looking at the ABCCF, the tiny ones. If you're going to be in something like that, I would want a hardcore fundamental understanding of that company, because that's what's going to drive it. You know, it's kind of a little bit like a biopharma company in terms of you might have the next day that they go out of business, or you might have the next day that they, you know, announce that they're going to strike it rich, and that's a tough one to figure out unless you really have a dynamic understanding of their fundamentals. The risk reward is just so much more versus going to one of the companies that has tens of millions of dollars a year, if not a quarter, with growth, and you still could get mammoth growth in those types of companies with a lot less risk of going bankrupt in the span of months with some of those other companies.
And there'll be a lot of consolidation. The other thing I heard too was supposedly the tobacco companies have already got names that they've copyrighted to sell pot. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't get into it. Like I heard one of them was Rolled Gold, and you know, different names that they've already saved in case they want to go into pot and start moving out of tobacco.
Yeah, no, I can see that, but it looks like the liquor companies are the first movers, you know, and I, you know, so we'll see where that shakes out. But listen, they're all in the drug business, so.
Well, the liquor companies have to do something, because when people smoke pot, they tend to drink less.
Thank God. Yeah, there's no doubt. Really, it's real, you know. So, and the more that I suspect, as soon as it's legal in all of Canada, which is supposedly in July, that's going to make a big difference in the U.S. Oh, here it is. This is the one. Thanks, Jim. Here, I got the one we were talking about, the one I was just talking about. It's GWPH. Now, this is the one with the first license with the pill.
That one's in England, and they've been selling pot products, medical pot products, for a long time.
Look at that, $116. Oh, my God.
It's a $3 billion company, not bad.
Look at that. And it's still in the consolidation. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. That's, they research, develop cannabinoid. Cannabinoid.
Yeah.
Prescription medicines for treatment of cancer, pain, multiple sclerosis, and neurotic pain.
Yeah. I mean, the pain deal could be a big deal there, you know. We have a big problem with the opioids in the U.S. for sure, and maybe that's something that, you know, you see these poor NFL players, but man, it's a trip how the NFL, you know, those players can't touch pot, but meanwhile they can pump their body full of opioids to a disturbing degree, and so I see that changing, and that type of use coming more mainstream for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. It's going to be a wild one. Thanks, Pat.
Ones to watch.
That's for sure.
No, you know, they really are. And you know, a few years ago, I got a bunch of emails. They wanted me to do a pot newsletter, and it wasn't there at that point. But this might be here, because you can see they're taking in revenue now. Now it's a real deal, man. There's revenue.
Yes.
And you know, it's growth. It's legal in Canada. It's legal, you know, in I don't know how many states.
Fourth quarter in 2018. Look at those numbers those companies are putting up. Seriously.
Yeah, monster. Stay right there. Thanks, Pat.
Thanks,
Have a
Pat.
great one. Have a safe one.
Bye now.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Dow Industrials are up 79. Nasdaq's up 4. S&Ps are up 4. Gold's down 11. Coming right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped, and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Tom and Tommy O'Brien. Dow currently up 80 points, NASDAQ up 5, S&P's up 2. And what are you checking out there? You got anything you're looking at on the screen?
Yeah, we got Ron from Orlando.
Oh,
he wants to look at InMed. Hey, Ron, what's going on?
Hey, Ron.
Well, you're talking about the cannabis stocks, and InMed's been kind of a bouncer a little bit this year, but look at that one.
Yeah, thanks for calling, man. Okay, so this is a biopharma company. The company develops cannabis-based botanical and non-botanical therapies for research and development. Okay, so let's see what we got. The low for the year is 9 cents. The high is in the 50s. Okay, now they don't take in, interesting, they don't take in any money either.
Yeah, the market cap on this company I saw something like $60 million, just to keep in mind as you look at these.
Right.
Okay.
The one thing they're supposed to be doing is they're supposed to have a more pure form of marijuana that's easier to operate with the medical field, and they can make it cheaper than the other firms.
Okay, so let's take a look. Well, that's charts out there, that's for sure. Man, whatever happened on the 14th of November, these all were up on the 14th of November. So we bring this back. Yeah, this has action too. I mean, you know, I guess, you know, just as Tommy and I were saying, Ron, you got to watch it when they don't have any revenue, because this is like, you know, it's like the biotechs and it's like the gold exploration stocks. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like how much money they have, and they're going to stay in business. Because I think what you can see by us looking at all of these charts, there's not a bad looking chart, that's for sure. But you can still get very inexpensive equities that are making money. You know, I just don't happen to know fundamentally, you know, about this company. So,
well,
but it's a good looking chart, man.
The big thing about it is if they can make it more pure, then it's easier to meet the medical needs of it. One of the problems with cannabis is that if it's not pure enough, it's hard to control the dosage. And this one has a more pure dosage that they can control the dosage better with.
Yeah, it seems that they've had that down pretty pat. I mean, well, I don't know, meaning that it's a THC content, right?
Mm-hmm.
That, you know, whether it's California, I mean, a lot of these states have been in business for a long time with medical marijuana, and, you know, it seems that they can at least tell you what that content is. Yeah, but this this is going to be an industry. There's no doubt about it, man. I mean, it's
yeah, like you say, you don't know who's going to rise and who's going to disappear.
But you can see, no, you don't. But you know what you do know? This is the hype of this billions and billions of dollars. That's going to be real. You can
the industry is going to rise. Who's going to rise within the industry?
Right,
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it, man. That's pretty intense, man. And you can see it's evident in the last 24 months. That's how every one of those charts, that's what it looks like. You know
I would say it's probably right. Canada is only going to become the second country, I think, besides Uruguay, for countrywide to have the legalization of recreational marijuana. So, I think that part of what's probably coming in there is that, okay, that tide is going to swing, and then maybe that allows the U.S., our northern neighbor, maybe that swings us a little bit quicker, and maybe that's factored in. But so part of it, like I was reading just to find out how this works in Canada, so it is the provinces trying to figure out how they're going to regulate it within the federal framework. So there's 10 provinces in Canada. 5 of the 10 have come forward with framework for retail sales. And then you have, let's see, so in Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, cannabis sales will be run by the province government-owned entities. The western provinces of Manitoba and Alberta have said they will license their private retailers. You have to be 18 for the federal guidelines. Provinces can raise that. In Ontario, they're going to push the legal age to 19. And then you have, in some of them, you can grow your own plants. As part of the federal government's proposed law, also permits adults to grow up to 4 marijuana plants at home. Although Quebec announced Thursday, and I believe this article is from Friday, so just last week, that it will not allow residents of Quebec to grow their own. So that's where you're going to see differences. And that's where I think, to keep, the same theme, that there's going to be a lobbying effort that these big companies are going to have a huge effort, and head start in. When you're talking about that laws are going to be changing, there's going to be lobbyists. I think you want to be a billion-dollar company to really have a leg up, because there's a lot of framework still getting shaped as we see as these things come down the pipeline.
Well, what's interesting there, too, is that, like, a large company wouldn't want people growing pot because they want them to buy it off them, right? But this is where you get in with the ancillary services, right? Like, there's going to be plant companies that make money. There's going to be, like, whatever you grow with make money, right? I mean, that's, yeah. And, in fact, one of the Tigers was saying that this is pretty wild, that, let me get this, that one of the companies we were just talking about, they bought the Hershey plant up in Canada.
There you go.
And they, here it is right here. Canopy, thanks, Z. Canopy bought the unused Hershey plant in Ontario to grow pot. So, I know.
Warehouse space, right? Any type of warehouse space, as we've said before.
Oh, yeah. Hey, listen, that whole Blackstone deal, they did a huge deal a couple weeks ago, folks.
And then just
go
ahead.
It was just about warehouses.
Right.
And the way they're figuring it doesn't matter whether it's Amazon needing warehouses or the pot growers needing warehouses. Yeah.
So the last part of this article I was looking at just talked about how the battle over taxes. So the battle's brewing, and this is all again in Canada, but the brewing between the federal government and some provinces over how tax revenue is divided between the two levels of government. Federal government said last week it wants an excise tax of all cannabis products of about $1 Canadian per gram, or 10% of the retail price, whichever is higher. The government proposed splitting the tax 50-50 with the provinces, drawing criticism from Ontario, which says it will face higher costs with it. So there's still, and that's where things are going to be shaking out as this goes forward. Nothing's quite in stone, and so that's where
it's a big pile of money. There'll be fights.
Oh, big fights, totally.
Okay, man. Well, hey, listen. Thank you so much for the call, man. Really appreciate it, Ron.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
You can see the interest, though, man. We start talking about it, and we get some calls, because it is, and you look for opportunities, you look for a little bit of volatility, and part of what they talked about here. So they talk about the 3 players in the market that we've been talking about the entire time, and what they say is that they have the marijuana index tracking. It's the MJIC Equal Weighted Canadian Marijuana Index, which tracks stocks. Let me pull this over even as we look at this. Is up 28% this year. Horizons Marijuana Life Sciences ETS, the first exchange-traded fund in North America to focus on legal markets, is up more than 20% since its launch in April. And then they have the 3 players, Canopy, Aurora, and Afria, the 3 we're looking at. 3 of Canada's 4 biggest have gained 89%, 137%, and 71% respectively this year. And Med Relief Corp, the fourth, which listed in June, is up 107%. So if you can lock yourself into one of the real players in the market, the top four, with less risk, and you still can have that type of growth, I think, like we kept saying, that's the way to do it.
It's intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow up 78, Nasdaq's up 3, S&Ps are up 4, gold's down 10.60, silver's off 38 cents. Coming right back, folks.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com. Educating investors. Learn how to trade options with swim lessons. Brought to you by TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Tom and Tommy O'Brien looking at a Dow approaching 100 points up, 87 points. NASDAQ positive by 7, S&Ps positive by 3. And if you head on over to the front page at TFNN.com, you will see right there on the front page the opening call subscriber event tonight. Last chance, what can we anticipate for 2018 with our man Basil Chapman? And Tom, you know, I was thinking during the break, one of the questions, maybe I'll try and ask Basil again to answer. Basil, are we going to make 60 new intraday highs for the market in 2018 and 2017? We'll see what he has to say, but it's been quite a year. We'll see what shakes out. But you can head over, get a 30-day free trial to the opening call. Basil's going to be in there, 90-minute workshop. He will be beginning right after your show, 5 o'clock on the dot. As you end things, Tom, he will be beginning 5 till 6:30.
Yeah.
And Basil's got a lot of great stuff to talk about, so he'll be in there for an hour and a half with subscribers, breaking down a variety of things. Can high techs continue to lead? Man, what a year they've had in 2017, right?
Huge.
Will the financials be impacted by yields, and where will yields be in 2018? Talk about another big question. What's happening with rates? As you know, we have a new Fed chairman. We got higher rates coming at us, they say. The chances for inflation, deflation, dollar and gold's longer-term outlook, worldwide stock market euphoric phase, and, you know, the possibilities of a serious consolidation before that happens. You know, a consolidation, I don't even know what a consolidation is anymore after the year we've had. We'll see if it comes around, right?
Seriously.
But yeah, it should be an awesome workshop. I'll be in there. Lots to talk about, digesting 2017.
In 2018, isn't that intense?
Pretty surreal, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know how many trading days we have left before the year. It's not many, man. It's coming at us.
Amazing. Folks, stay right there. We got swim lessons coming up next. And, of course, then we're going to our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back this afternoon. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Thanks, Tommy.
Thanks, man.
Basil Chapman has just announced a special subscriber event taking place Monday, November 20th from 5 till 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. What can you anticipate for 2018? In this 90-minute webinar for subscribers to Basil's daily trading newsletter, The Opening Call, he will be discussing a variety of topics for the coming year, including, can high techs continue to lead? Will the financials be affected by yields, and where will yields be in 2018? The chances for inflation or deflation, what stocks could be affected or weakened in the coming year, as well as Basil's long-term outlook for the dollar and gold, as well as many other topics. For all the details and to sign up for a 30-day free trial to The Opening Call, visit the front page of TFNN.com today. With nothing to risk, this is a great time to try out Basil's daily trading newsletter. Sign up today.